I'm Jennifer Griswold along with Jennifer Zeppelin, and we are here live in Beatrice, Nebraska to witness the totality of the solar eclipse in just about an hour and a half.
I know, it's already underway across the area, and so just really hearing incredible reports of what it looks like. We still have some high-level clouds, and as I've been trying to take a peek here and there, I think we will be okay. I think that eventually some of that mid-level cloudiness will start to drift a little bit further to the east of the area, and I think we will just have some high, thin clouds around. So it's definitely kind of a wait-and-see kind of situation right now, but everybody's pretty optimistic that we will be able to view this at some point.
Yeah, we should say that we are actually at a point right now where we are under the partial eclipse, but it is too cloudy to see that, to tell that at this point. So we are in that period of time, not totality yet. To get the crowd energized, they have scientists with NASA up on stage right now, a panel. Bill Nye, the science guy, is also up there. They were asking him, why are you into science? Why are you into this? And he said people always ask the question, are we alone? And is there other life out there? Things like that. And those are the questions that he's always had as a child, and that's why he's into science. So those are the types of things they're talking about on stage. It really is an exciting event. Thousands of people are here. The National Park Service is here to make sure that this event goes as smoothly as possible.
You know, what's so amazing is, everybody's just having a fantastic time. As we've been talking about, thousands and thousands of people. We're in the middle of cornfields, just really exudes what Nebraska is all about. And this place is really fantastic. So much history behind the center and the monument, which makes it even more unique and fun to be a part of an event like this.
Yeah, the Homestead Act in 1862, signed by Abraham Lincoln. That's when they started giving away land to people, and this marks that. This shows our nation's history of when all these people acquired land and we were able to move west as part of that. It's really exciting out here. People of all ages are geared up for this big event, and people are coming up to us and taking selfies. We're definitely not the most important people here, but people are, which is a lot of fun. Everyone's kind of in that mood. Reminds me, though, we'd love to see your pictures. This is also a social media event. We know that you'll be looking to the sky, so pics at 3 News Now. We will use that in our coverage. We know many of you are watching live on Facebook, and you may be in another part of the country. Maybe you're in the path, maybe you're not, but we welcome you as we cover this historic event that really joins together the entire country.
Well, it does, because this is a coast-to-coast event, something that hasn't occurred since 1918, that we've seen something like that. And that's why this is so rare, and the buzz has just been going on for some folks, as they said, planning here for more than 5 years, and in many locations, folks have been gearing up for this for the past couple of years. So it's all coming together now, which is so fantastic to see. And again, fingers crossed that the weather cooperates. Again, as Ryan's been mentioning too throughout the broadcast, there has been some cloud, there has been some showers and some thunderstorms around the area, but starting to see, I'm just now looking at just a very faint glimmer of it, and so the cloud cover, but you can start to see just a little bit of that sunshine peeking through the clouds. So very excited with the anticipation that we'll be able to view it here very shortly.
Yeah, we haven't needed to put on our glasses
yet,
but we are excited to use them. We want to use them.
Yes,
then we want to take them off when totality hits.
And what makes it so unique, again, for the state of Nebraska, too, that this is the longest state, at least the path of totality will be occurring, as we've said, from state line to state line, traveling from Alliance, Scottsbluff, all the way into the central part of the state, again, here in Beatrice and even down to Falls City, and then crossing over into Missouri. So 14 states being impacted by this eclipse.
Yeah, Oregon and North Carolina, 14 states, but like you said, I believe it's 468 miles that it will go from one edge of Nebraska to the other edge. So many people are in that path or close to that path.
And again, even in Omaha, it's not totality there. It's 98% covered. Here, where we are in Beatrice, is 100% coverage. So again, if you just travel a little bit further to the south, but the roadways right now, I know that folks are saying, kind of stay put now. You should be in your location because it is occurring.
It is. And we have people stationed all across the state, really. I understand Nick Starling is giving us a look at Ravenna.
Hey guys, yeah, we're here live in Ravenna. We're looking at this live right now. You're kind of taking a look at the moon covering the sun, and it's a pretty cool thing to see. We have a filter on our camera so you can actually see. It's not harming our cameras or anything at all. It's pretty cool to see it kind of eclipsing the sun. The totality of this eclipse will happen around 12:58 our time. Of course, we'll bring it to you live as there's hundreds of people out here in the ball fields in Ravenna trying to take a glimpse at this eclipse. Everyone, though, is having those eyeglasses on, which are so important so you don't harm your eyes. There's people out here kind of walking people through the eclipse as it happens. We actually have people coming up to our camera kind of taking a look at the eclipse too. And so it's pretty cool to see, and there's people from all walks of life here just trying to take a glimpse of the eclipse. There's actually people who were in other places in Nebraska and even some people in Missouri because the weather is not the best there. They actually traveled all the way here to Ravenna because they knew it was going to be a little bit better weather here. There are some high clouds, but nothing really to block the sun, and it is perfect weather here for the eclipse. Really hot out, but that temperature dips a little bit as that solar eclipse, the totality of the eclipse happens around, again, 12:58 as we take a live look again at the eclipse as that moon crosses over the sun, and 2 minutes and about 35 seconds of darkness will appear here. A lot of people here are pumped up about this. Again, in this small town, Ravenna, just over 1,300 people. I would say that population is going to at least triple as there's a lot of people coming up here. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, 100% totality there here in Omaha. And Ryan says about 98.5% still need these. He was outside and he told us it hurts to look up there. You got to put your glasses on, and there are some changes going on outside right now.
Yeah, the weather is changing, the sky is changing. It's a lot of excitement going on right now. And of course, we have Shantae Pasmore. She's outside to kind of give us a look at what it's looking like outside.
Emily James, hey, you know what? Actually, in between the last live shot I just did, I've been taking my sunglasses here, really my solar eclipse glasses, and using them to look up at the sky because I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. A lot of people are on the move to witness this solar eclipse right here, but for a lot of people like myself, you'll still be in the Omaha viewing area. I'm at work, obviously. You'll probably be viewing it from work or maybe just outside of your home. And you know what? That's not such a bad view either. With 98% of totality, I'll take that any day because we're not too far from the path of totality here. Now, you'll still need eclipse glasses as we've been mentioning, and that's been taking quite a bit of use to getting, you know, obviously looking up at the sky without any sort of protection. It's just awkward. But even with the protection, I'm still finding myself covering up my forehead just to make sure that I'm not letting any sunlight into my eyes, obviously. Temperatures will drop. I don't know if it's dropping a little bit right now or if it's just this breeze that's coming through, but it is a little bit cooler. I am feeling a bit of a relief out here. And let's talk about as that's taking place, barring any clouds or any bad weather, that is, we'll be able to see some stars and some planets. That's something that I'm really looking forward to, especially with it being undisturbed with really no light pollution to witness that. Now, experts say, we've been hearing this, that the eclipse will throw animals off their groove there. And while we're looking at the sky, obviously, there are other things to look at when you think about it too. Experts also say don't forget to look down at the ground like your shadow because it might look a little bit different. It might look a little bit sharper. So a lot of excitement. We've been talking about this big day. It's finally here. And the last time I had my live shot here and in between up to now when I'm speaking to our viewers and everyone who's watching, a lot of people have been coming out into the parking lot just to witness something like this. Again, in our very own backyards, we have this luxury of just looking up to the sky as long as you have your protective eye gear. But for now, we'll send it back to you in the studio, Emily and James.
Definitely glasses. That's what you need. And look how cool this shot is on the other side of our screen.
Yeah, that's a live shot from NASA from Oregon, right? And yeah, you can just see just how much the moon is moving and the shadow going across. It's awesome. It's an awesome thing.
From coast to coast, from Oregon to South Carolina, it takes a while. So this is kind of, we're revving up. The place to be in Nebraska right now is Beatrice, though. That is where NASA, Bill Nye, everyone's talking about him and his bow tie right now. And we also have a full crew there. We're going to go to Megan Hahn, I understand. Well, actually, looks like that's Megan Stewart in Falls City. So I guess we're going to take a little detour and stop in Falls City first. Megan, what do you got for us?
Hey, Emily, yeah, sorry I'm not in Beatrice. Sorry you just got me. But yeah, we are here in Falls City. It has stopped raining, thank goodness. It was raining a little bit earlier, around 11 when we started our live newscast here. But it stopped. Unfortunately, it is still cloudy, but that has not stopped all of the people out here from coming out to see this event. And we actually have, what's going on is a luncheon happening here. It's called Dine in the Dark. Falls City, the city put this on for about 700 people. The event did sell out not too long ago, and so it's good to see that this cloud cover has not stopped people from coming out. But I actually do have my friend Casey here. She has her solar eclipse glasses. I don't have mine on right now, so I'm not going to look at the sun and tell you what we can see, but she's got her glasses on right now. A little cloudy, but what are you seeing so far, Casey?
I'm seeing that there's like a toenail in the sun, and that it's starting to go a little bit more. It just looks like a little toenail.
Absolutely. So you can kind of see a little bit of the sun covered up, almost like a little slice that's taken out of it. Is that what you
Yeah.
see? Absolutely. How comfortable are those solar eclipse glasses?
They're pretty comfortable. As long as you can keep them on while it's a little windy out here.
Absolutely. So when you take your glasses off, obviously don't look at the sun, but so what's the difference? What are you seeing? What's the difference?
It's like total brightness out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those glasses are very dark, but I'm told we need to go to Beatrice right now, over to Megan Hahn, because things are happening over there. Megan, what are you guys seeing?
The Homestead National Monument of America is one of the few designated watch sites by NASA across the country, and we're in the path of totality here. It was kind of raining and drizzling a little bit earlier, but the clouds just opened up and we just saw the sun. People are whipping out their glasses to take a look. Tell me a little bit. We're joined by Frank O'Brien. He's a solar system ambassador with NASA, and tell me a little bit about what people can expect for this whole experience here in the path of totality.
Well, thank you, Megan. Thank you for having me. We're right now at the moment where the moon is starting to move in front of the sun. This is going to take about an hour or so, and then at about 1:02 this afternoon, we're going to see the sun be completely blocked by the moon. We're going to be seeing the streamers of the corona. We're going to see planets and stars. And yeah, what we're going to end up seeing is all of the different animals, the crickets coming out, all of the entire environment going to sleep. A few minutes later, the sun starts coming back out, and we're going to be going back to just another day in Nebraska.
There are a lot of kids out here right now. We've got some right behind us that are checking out the sun right now, and NASA's out here, and one of your missions today is to try to get kids involved and engaged in the STEM fields. Tell me a little bit about some of the activities you have and kind of what your goal is.
Well, part of NASA's mission is to prepare the next round of students, kids, to become not necessarily astronauts, but to get involved in the science fields, the engineering fields. We need smart people to do the things that we're going to be doing tomorrow. And so NASA is probably the best agency of the government to spread that message, to get the kids involved. And so we have activities, we have learnings, we have all the work that we need to do to keep that spark going while they're going through school. Hopefully they're going to do a science, engineering, a math, maybe even some arts related to it, and bringing all that to the table. Even if they don't work at NASA, they become great citizens because they'll be getting good jobs, they'll be able to take care of folks. And so, in a sense, NASA is helping everyone.
What were some of the activities that the kids were doing earlier, and kind of what was the reaction that you were getting?
Well, we have little diagrams where we can have a big black sheet of paper, some little bit of white chalk to make it look like the corona, and these are for the little ones. We have ultraviolet beads to show how the ultraviolet light from the sun can actually chemically interact with the beads and such, something that you don't normally see. We have activities where we're going to be sending little colored pictures for the little ones up on a spacecraft that's going to be looking for brand new planets around other stars. And so this is the kind of thing, this is the public engagement that we're doing to get everyone involved, all the way from the little ones all the way to the more high school, college level. Because if you learn all the science and math and engineering, you become a good citizen.
Well, lots of fun out here today at the Homestead National Monument. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, we are back again. Eclipse coverage to the fullest here. Check this out from NASA. This is up over parts of Oregon. That's what totality looks like. Again, some parts of our state obviously under that. We're a little bit worried about cloud cover, but that's what it looks like. This is really cool. NASA's doing this from one of their high-tech planes there, and they've got the right equipment to get these good shots. We all went out and looked through the glasses. Well, I tell you, even with the glasses, I don't think you want to stare at that thing too long because it'll get your attention. It's very cool looking out there. And once again, in between the clouds, very, very bright as well. Speaking of that, as we check out Viper HD, again, we've got a lot of cloud cover out here. That's kind of the downer to this. Enough is breaking through, though, through parts there. We can see it. Down where Megan Stewart's at in Falls City, still pretty socked in. And then we have a lot of our crew back over toward Beatrice. It looked like from our last shot there that we're starting to break the overcast a little bit. And then once again, Nick's out here just to the west of Grand Island, and we're watching that also see a little bit less cloud cover, so that is definitely some good news here. All right, so we're fingers crossed again. Some of the stuff, you heard the NASA expert talk about the animals might start to react to this. I'm looking forward to see what the temperature does because our computer model actually picked up on that. And then when you're underneath the good stuff, and we're close, obviously we're going to see the partial eclipse here, and then you see the beads, the diamond ring, or the corona, obviously all of that kind of different stuff to what we're looking at here with that in place right now. So once again, we will continue to monitor this. All right, here's another look at Beatrice right there. Again, a little bit cloudy, but you can see things are starting to happen. Stay with us. We'll probably go back to the guys in Beatrice coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, we are live in Beatrice, Nebraska, where it is a huge event. You have your eclipse glasses on because we are at a point where we are looking at the sky.
And you can certainly see, again, clouds passing in and out, and now it's starting to kind of fill back in again, but definitely getting a good view, a good vantage point of the partial eclipse that is occurring right now.
Yeah, there's a big chunk of it out in a way where it's being covered.
Exactly.
So you see that slice out of it. I believe we're getting a shot of that from our photographer, Wade, who has been getting great video of it. And we've been getting times where it's a really good, clear picture and then times when the clouds are going over it. So it's all kind of a timing game, and we're hoping that the clouds are not obstructing at just after 1 o'clock.
Well, exactly. And, you know, I can see that the overcast skies, and what Ryan's been talking about, too, at least from this location, we've had some mid to high level clouds across the area, certainly obscuring a part of the view, but now it's thinning out as those storms are moving away from us, which is good news. And you can tell that it's kind of breezy and cooler out here for sure.
No, it is. It's a nice day out here. There are things going on around here. I'm looking as someone's going up.
Guys on
going up in a front end loader type thing as they're checking out the view. I think they're trying to check how far people are going. They're trying to get a gauge of just how many people are out here because I believe it's 5,000 were some estimates, but that was a while ago, and I bet it's even more at this point.
That's been over about an hour and a half ago, so I'm sure it's filled in a lot more, but people are definitely sitting down. There's been music going on. Bill Nye the Science Guy was up on stage, so many activities, and people are just kind of hunkering down now and getting prepared and ready. And I'm watching some folks around here, too, that don't have their glasses that they're trying to do the pinhole projectors, too, which is kind of cool to see.
And we ask everyone to watch also on Facebook, 3 News Now, our Facebook page. We are reaching viewers from all over, and we appreciate it. Send us your pics at 3newsnow.com, and we'll be right back.
So this is so cool to track all the way from the west coast to the east coast, and it's moving on in to our viewing area and people who could travel throughout our viewing area. And kind of the cool things you've been mentioning, just not only does it get dark, of course, that's what everyone's looking forward to, the temperature and just the change of everything.
I am waiting to see what happens with that because even though we're not 100% here, we're about 98.5. This is a live shot again, probably Oregon, I think is where these are coming from.
Feed.
Really cool stuff. And if you have the glasses, which you really have to see this, it's not even a safety thing. It's just, you'll just see bright, at least here in Omaha. I went outside about 20 minutes ago and it's kind of cloudy, just bright. And then you put these on and you see very well-defined features. The sun's an orange spot up there and you can see the moon that kind of looks like a black dot or shaped a little different than, I guess, a dot. But you can see it actually move across. So that's what we're seeing. I tell you what, NASA, I don't know how many millions of dollars they spend on all this awesome equipment, but they've got the right stuff. Look at these beautiful shots. They're up in an aircraft, you know, flying around taking this stuff. And really cool to see all this. And again, I'm waiting to see. We've been hanging at about 78, 79 degrees the last hour, hour and a half. I want to see what happens right around 1 o'clock with our temperature. It's going to come down. I'm curious to see how much it's going to come down. That's kind of the weather geek in me.
You're like so excited.
Well, I just want to see what actually really happens. And then if you're outside, you know, nature kind of reacts to a lot of this too. And then if you're underneath the full totality, you know, like one of the scientists was saying, stars, planets, all that kind of stuff's visible.
I wanted the birds chirping, like the frogs, the crickets. I want to hear that. Just the noises in nature, I think will be the closest.
Poor wildlife's going to be all messed up because then 2 minutes later it's going to turn around. Now again, all this is kind of a gradual thing. We've been at it for about 45 minutes here. I think 11:38 was the official. If you've got the glasses and you're free of the clouds, go. It's really cool, and it really is. It works.
It's changing, as we just showed Bellevue. It's kind of looks a lot different than it obviously is. As you see in the monitor, that's Oregon, the NASA satellite we're looking at. But we have just a lot going on and a lot of coverage throughout our viewing area. It is really
cool.
Even being in here, I feel like I'm out there. So I think we're doing it right. It feels good. Yeah, it's so cool to see this. We're going to have a lot more coverage coming up. Thanks for watching 3 News Now live at midday.